Hello, this is Aubrey with Easy School Marketing. I'm glad you're here with me today because we're going to talk about 6 reasons families leave. Now, why is this important? Because you want to retain the families that you have, the families that you love, because it saves you time and money, energy, and everything, and it creates a community that is really supportive. So let's dive in. Now, where am I going to get these reasons? Okay, we do a lot of interviews, third-party interviews with schools where parents just share, why they chose to enroll, why they're choosing to stay, if they're planning to stay. It's really actually great information. And if nothing, we've learned these things from parents. So, number 1, why do parents leave? Number 1, there is a disconnection between the product that they were sold and through the admissions process and their experience as a parent. So what might this look like? Maybe the product that they were sold, your school's education, right? You were told, oh, your children will get to do X, Y, Z, and there's all this wonderful things, and that they're going to excel academically, and that we're very science-based or arts-focused. And what their experience is that they're not seeing that. Maybe it's because they're not receiving the information, and we'll get into that, supporting your value proposition, but they're just not experiencing that. And so when there's that disconnect, that's when parents start to get frustrated. And that's a key indicator that if they're not seeing the value of what in the whole point of what they were sold through the admissions process, why they chose your school, they're not seeing that in the experience of their child and their family's experience, then they are likely to leave. That's the truth, unfortunately. Number 2, this is my favorite, they don't see the value. And yes, you would think this is the same one as number 1. It is not. It is not, because listen, I've seen many schools who are actually executing what they sold. So they sold through the admissions process, and I use sold like this. They sold through the admissions process this experience. They are actually delivering this experience, but guess what's happening? The parents aren't seeing that experience. They're not seeing the value proposition. Whether it's through poor communication, which is usually the case, they're not seeing that little Jenny is learning, all this cool tech stuff and everything like that. And they're not seeing that every week, someone's excelling in, they're building the sets for these plays or something like that, depending on what your value proposition is, the product that you sold during the admissions process. If parents aren't reaffirmed of that value proposition, then there's a problem. They don't see the value, and that leads to frustration or wondering, is it worth it? Is this investment worth it? Is it paying off, right? Because they want to see the value. Number 3 is actually 4. 4 things. It's our Connect 4 framework, which I've talked about before, but I feel like over and over, if we just executed on this, we would be golden for retention. So here's the other 4 reasons that parents leave, okay? So number 1, they're not connected to the child's teacher, right? They're not connected. Once again, as a mom, I'm gonna wanna know, like, and trust the person who is caring for my children for most of the day, who will see them more than I do during the week. So as a parent, I wanna know, like, and trust that person and know they're in good hands, they're being nurtured, they're being cared for, they're being taught, they're excelling, they're happy, right? Okay? Number 2, another reason why parents leave is they're not connected to the peer groups, okay? Now, I'm talking about both the students are connected with peers in their classroom and are making those connections and those social relationships. Also, parents are connected within the classroom. That is where that classroom connection or that grade connection with parents, they're more likely to set up play dates for the younger kids, or communicate with each other as the students get older, like in teenagers and stuff like that. To have that supportive community and connection makes the experience at school so much more fun, and you're so connected and you're more involved, okay, if you have those connections. Another reason why families leave is they are not connected to their child's experience. So what do I that those soft touches or that communication from the teacher or the head of school or whatever needs to say, Billy, we saw Billy making friends today on the playground, or, it was so nice to see, Billy working on this project. He's very enthusiastic about science, and here's some recommended books to read. Like, we are connecting people, parents, with their child's experience. Parents want to know that they and understand what their child is doing, and is their child happy? They don't want to wait for a conference to do that. Like, it should be spoon-fed to them over time, right? That their child's experience is a good one, and that they're hearing about that, not just at conference time. All right, and so the last one, so we had connection to the child, right? Connection to peer groups, teacher, classroom, connection to classroom, the Connect 4 framework. You'd think I know it by now. So connection to the classroom is key. This means that you should be telling parents, like, I highly recommend you tell parents that what is going on in the classroom? What is the children's schedule each week? What amazing things are you doing in there? What sort of lessons are happening? How are people engaging? What is the academic focus? How are they, involved with the arts? Like, you communicating that and parents understanding and seeing that in action is so key. And there's many ways to do this through, like, if you're doing Vidagami or other apps like Homeroom app, or, newsletters every week, whatever it is, it's connecting parents to the classroom. And hopefully, as we're moving, through the years and away from COVID, or living with COVID, that we'll have more parents involved in the classroom, at least at the younger age, so that they can see it in action and really understand the value that's being offered. All right, I hope those were helpful. That was 6 reasons why families leave. Let's make sure that yours aren't leaving. Let me know, what other ways have you found to be helpful in retention? I'd love to hear. Take care. Bye.